Good morning, good evening, good time zone to all my pigeons far and near. Welcome back to the Pigeon Coop, where we're gonna play some Limbus Company. Oh my goodness, it is a glorious day indeed. We're all back on the bus, and we have a 000 Don Quixote at long last. Oh, I couldn't be more excited. And we're gonna play Canto 3 today. I would like to get through the entirety of Canto 3, but I guess we'll find out how that goes. I certainly don't know. But yeah, lots of good stuff happening there. Gonna be a fun time. And we got, in my world, I got some cool things in the works, potentially. Maybe some updates to the overlays, which will be very, very cool. All getting ready for the Grand 1.0 premiere. Canto 3 is decently fun. I certainly hope so. They've all been decently fun so far. And I'm sure with the our brand new Don Quixote leading the charge, I'm sure we'll get through it no problem whatsoever. First try. That'll be great. I did do some grinding off stream to get Don and who was it? Yisang, whoever got the 000 Leo Association ID. Whoever got that, we got them up to level 15, so they're up to par with the rest of the party, and we're good to go. So yeah, they're going straight into the thick of it. And who will today's Canto focus on? I have no idea, but I'm excited to find out. Oh no, he's beating Limbus off stream. No. I basically just I just replayed that boss fight against the bandit lady with the maracas over and over and over again until Don was level 15. So absolutely did no advancement, just replayed that one mission repeatedly until Don was on par with the rest of the party. And whoever had that one Leo Association Ego ID, I keep getting mixed up, whatever. Point is, they got power level, they're back on par, and they're ready for prime action. But yeah, have you checked out the mirror dungeon? No, I have not. I don't even know what that is. I think that's like the event thing, right? Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't do new stuff off stream. I just go replay the old missions for the sake of grinding, so you can get Don straight into the thick of it. But yeah, I don't do new stuff off stream, at least not willingly. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll take it as they go. And like I said this in the server, but for those who can't use the server for whatever reason, if anyone comes around trying to make trouble based on what was said yesterday, don't acknowledge it. Just let me deal with it. That's my responsibility, not yours. So just act as if no one had said anything. I will handle it. That is my responsibility to deal with, to keep this a safe place for everybody to enjoy themselves. And I will handle it as it comes along. And hopefully it won't. But if it does, that is for me to deal with, not for you. Just literally act like nothing happened. Don't give them any validation by responding to them. It is what it is. But hopefully we won't have to deal with that. But either way, that is a only potential future problem. And here and now, we got some exciting things happening. So, it's like a story dungeon, but no story. You get 5 levels and 250 lunacy and a bunch of ego gifts. Ooh, well, maybe I'll do that. We'll see. I do have an appointment immediately after the stream to talk to somebody about making stream overlays. So, it'll just kind of depend on how long the stream goes. I would like to do the entirety of Canto 3. We'll just see how long that takes me. I do have one thing I do want to do right off the bat. And maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's not, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's very entertaining to me. So I'm going to do it. So, as mentioned before, in this game, I'm actually going to turn the game sound on now, or I can close the sound menu entirely. That's fine. I'm a professional streamer. I know what I'm doing. I mentioned before that I have things. There you go. I have items within the game that instantly upgrade things to uptie tier 4. I don't know what that means, but we have it. And I'm going to use it on Don Quixote right away before anyone tells me it's a bad idea. Let's go. Let's see here. That one. Yep. There we go. Off you go. Yes. Beautiful. All right. Give me that cutscene. Yeah, there's no voice actor for this. I forgot. Prithee, dost thou truly find this acceptable? For I am in the midst of a meal. Well, we both know how busy you association fixers are. Actually, I hope I'm not taking up too much of your lunchtime. Ha! Worry thee not. Only the most heartless few shall refuse thee in spite of thy manners. The child fixed her grip on the chopsticks as she reassured the interviewer. Then she grabbed a large bunch of noodles and veggies with her chopsticks and raised them before her excited eyes. Get your ass back here! All the while, chairs, utensils, and all kinds of miscellaneous sundries were being flung about in the background. Meal is a meal indeed. Yet I worry that thou mayest be putting thyself in unnecessary risk in these that is a tavern. Don't worry about it. It's not the rare sight for interviewers like me. I worked out a lot at the association gym when I was growing up, so I'm not really unfamiliar with this kind of stuff. Oh, thou art quite the brave one. Ah, watch thine head. Oops. Phew, thanks for the heads up. Good, very good. I shall answer earnestly to whatever question thou wouldst like to ask. Proceed! To a passing viewer who might only catch a glimpse of the child's composed discussion with the reporter, this may appear to be nothing more than a peaceful interview over lunch. But the pair of them were surrounded by utter destruction wrought by an ongoing tavern brawl, regardless of their seeming lack of involvement. They weren't moving out of the way from unfortunate projectiles. One could almost forget that the entire Kazan was embroiled in violent fisticuffs. So our magazine's trying to run a special on the Sink Association. And we intend to focus on comparing the Sink Association branches to one another. Tis true that the Sink of the West and the South have gained certain notoriety among the press. Ah, I see that you always try to keep up to date with the news. Forsooth! 'Tis an indispensable quality of a true fixer to remain acutely aware of the goings-on of the world. The child thought for a moment about mentioning how she only reads the sections discussing fixer business, but she did not feel it necessary to mention that. She's had enough worldly experience to know that sometimes some things were better left unsaid. So cool. Now, let's get to the question, shall we? I heard that Sink West, where your headquarters is, and Sink East, the branch you work for, operate very differently. What differences might there be? Well, I was never availed to the opportunity to visit the association headquarters. I have indeed heard much. It is said that they always carry a sword with them. Verily, it appeared that they were bound by countless rules, such as traditions on how one must wield their bladed instrument. In contrast, I might say that our eastern branch is relatively free to do as we will. We may, indeed, wield weapons should we choose to do so. Yet, we are all free the same to not. Of course, 'tis true that we prefer a much more intimate distance than the one that might be availed by the use of swords. With that, the child raised her wrist. She was wearing a thick, luminescent bangle or bracelet of sorts there. It appeared as though it had been carved straight from a solid jade. Ah, so that is what you guys call virescent pyrojade, right? Ah, so thou'rt a learned one. Verily, this bangle is what superheats my gloves. Most material melts simply before its heat. So that's why you don't soil your gloves. Aha! Thou must be speaking of the tradition by which my colleagues in the headquarters declare an intent to duel. Indeed, the East operates differently in that manner as well. Instead of chucking an object, we prefer to politely state one's name and affiliation for engaging in combat. Yeah. I've seen a lot more of that around here, now that I think about it. Yet, forsooth, I did find a certain charm in the methods of the West or the South. So, this isn't exactly relevant, but... yeah, what a delicacy this is. Do speak thy mind. You've been shaking your leg like a lot this entire time. Is there something wrong? Thou asketh if aught is wrong? Nay, verily. Ha ha ha! 'Tis but an unshakable habit of mine. You're looking a bit anxious. The child was indeed anxious. Perhaps it was frustration, not anxiety. The fight she had no choice but to sit on her hands and watch was rather one-sided. Were she free to do as her heart commands, she would not hesitate a moment to enact her version of justice and leap into the fray in defense of the losing side. But the core of the Sync Association was to be a proxy in duels, nothing more. Oh, well, I had thought that I should be contracted to duel in their stead about now. This particular client appeareth quite delayed in making a request. What? Allow me to put it this way. To be in audience of such an unfairly one-sided battle maketh one's blood boil, no? Oh, you can't wait to duke it out with that guy, huh? Fie! Thou shan't speak so lightly of this matter. There is no justice to be found in battles without balance. Yet, as a member of the association, I cannot act in lieu of a contract. The child's voice crawls to a stop. And in her words, the interviewer senses a familiar story from long past. You're reminding me of another story from a few years ago, where a complete newcomer to the Sync Association went around making a ruckus like she was some kind of vigilante. Verily, thou mustn't compare my present self to that naive past. For I am a changed person. I leap not into the fray at first sight of injustice, and I have learned the art of patience. Clang. This was no less a mistake than it was when the brawler accidentally flung a household item in her direction. The brawler, now certain of his victory, had unsheathed his blade and tripped on an errant piece of wood on the ground. Unfortunately for him, he began to fall toward the child. Aha! Now behold mine other impeccable poise and nonchalance in this circumstance that is, by all accounts, quite pointy. And the child grabbed the sword in a practice motion. What the? Huh? A Sync Fixer? The Virucid Pyrojet emits a bright glow, and the blade melts like candy on a hot day. Now that I have thine attention, indeed I am. The spectacle was more than sufficient to have every patron recognize her presence. The man who was on the losing side of this heavily skewed battle quickly ran up to the child and pleaded. Lady of the Sync, please accept my contract. Very well. Yet I must warn thee, we are behooved to take double the fee for emergency contracts, such as the one thou requireth for me now. I'll pay you triple, as long as you can take care of that. Say no more! Consider it done! We shall discuss the matters of coin later! The child jumped from her seat with the look of someone who just found out that they were to receive a Christmas gift. I hail from the 3rd section of the Sync Association in the East! I, Don Quixote, hereupon inherit this duel! Excellent. Worth. I get Lucy for that. Alright. With that out of the way, let us begin Canto 3. I feel like the game is quieter than it was last time. Where is... there we go, settings. Oh, that's right, I turned it down for something else. That's right. I turned it down for a different thing. That's right, I remember now. Alright, Canto 3. Humming along. The sun is almost set, leaving the bus to be shrouded in dusk. Karen's humming a song while driving. I found myself singing along in my head to that strangely familiar tune.
아름다운 연주는 세상의 망가진 것들에게서부터 나옵니다. 아이러니한 이치죠.
Dante. Virgilia spoke, having noticed that I was looking at the driver's seat.
하나 온전히 음유를 느낄 수 있는 것은 정작 그들의 몫이 아니니 이 얼마나 억울합니까? 카론, 오늘은 기분이 좋아 보이는구나.
Karen nodded.
응. 기분 좋으면 노래를 부르는 거야.
그래. 하지만 너는 오히려 울적할 때 그 노래를 흥얼거렸던 것 같은데.
카론, 그런 기억 없어. 카론은 즐거울 때만 노래해.
Virgilia's eyes seemed to well with a subdued shade of dark. The kind of hue that would be picked right away if one wanted to express solitude as a color. But it only lasted for a brief moment. So I decided to dismiss it as the vivid sunset playing tricks with the light.
이제 카론이 흥얼거리는 세상은 고요한 무채색입니다. 길고 긴 터널 속을
I mean, I'll accept it. I don't know anything more about the Golden Bow, so you can't disprove that. I'm sure that, just like the history of my own life that I've forgotten, Karen and Virgilius must have their own threads of cruel reminders.
이런 너무 개인적인 이야기는 그만하기로 하죠. 단테. 당신의 업무는 나와 친분을 쌓는 것이 아니라 저들을 관리하는.
That won't stop me anyway. I wasn't reading, I'm sorry. I gave him a few nods and turned around to check on the sinners. Our bus passengers have had lifted spirits for a while now. Well, we went last time. They should be. It helped that they did what they were assembled for and secured a golden bow for the first time, and we had an excellent dinner. All of the sinners were busy talking about their exploits in J-Corp's district.
내가 그때 딱 카드 내는 걸 봤어야 했는데 진짜 명장면이었다니까.
저 이야기만 7번째 들으니까 슬슬 지겨워져서 그러는데. 그래서 이번엔 어디로 가는 거지?
이번 목적지는 K사 둥지다.
아, 11구? 덕분에 평생 가보지도 못했을 것 다 돌아다니네.
그곳에도 손에 꼽히는 대단한 분이 계신다네. 아마 근처에 기념품 가게도 있을 것이야. 피규어 세트를 꼭 사고 싶었어. 오, 거기 햄버거 맛있다고 유명한 프랜차이즈 식당 있지 않았어?
요즘에는 세상 살기가 편해진 모양이군. 내가 임무를 위해 행군을 할 땐 입에 소금만 물고 가는 것이 전부였다.
그러게 말이에요. 제가 항해할 때 목구멍에 넘길 수 있는 음식이라곤 철맛이 나는 통조림 수프가 전부였는데.
침 고인다. 그렇지 않아, 류슈?
뭐 지역마다 다를 피의 색을 생각하니 침이 고이긴 하군.
Yoshi, please.
진짜 무슨 얘기를 못 하겠어. 꼬맹이, 너는 뭐가 먹고 싶어?
You good there? Looking for someone to share tales with and have a sensible conversation, Rodion naturally turned to Sinclair. However,
싱클레어?
you good there, Sinclair? You good, buddy?
얘 왜 이래?
하얗게 질렸군. 과호흡과 오한도 관측된다.
How long has he been like this?
베르길리우스님이 케이사라는 언급을 했을 때부터입니다.
Got some history there, do you? Why didn't you tell me earlier?
명령이 없었기 때문입니다.
Their salt stared at me like I was at fault for not doing the obvious.
속이 갑자기 안 좋아져서요. 죄송해요.
I don't believe you.
진짜 괜찮은 거 맞아?
Now that I think about it, Faust, I'm noticing a trend where one of us has a visceral reaction to the destinations that Virgilius reveals. Additionally, when we arrive, it turns out that the place does have a history with the person in question. Does that have something to do with the reason we joined the company?
우리라고 칭하시는군요.
Should I not have? Huh?
미묘한 변화의 차이를 감지하는 것도 저의 주임무라서요. 그리고 수감자들의 입사 이유에 대해서는 상세히 알려드릴 수 없지만 저희가 가야 할 행선지와 수감자 각각의 신변이 어느 정도 관련이 있다는 사실은 부정할 필요가 없겠죠.
기다 아니다부터 말하면 될걸. 쓸데없이 혓바닥을 길게 누리는 건 배운 놈들 특기인가?
두갈적 발화가 언제나 옳지는 않아요. 파우스트는 그때그때의 가장 효과적인 방식을 선택할 뿐이랍니다.
뭐?
배운 사람이라
Big word hurt Heathcliff brain.
당신이 너무 못 배운 사람이라 파우스트의 말이 헷갈린다고 한 거예요.
Ooh. Sinclair, no. Just as Heathcliff approached Faust with his bat shaking in fury, Sinclair suddenly started throwing up on the floor. Kitchen duty, cleaning duty for the next 3 weeks. The bus finally quieted down after that. There is a video that shows Lilling doing that. Yep, I did a reaction to that, as a matter of fact. Hell yeah, 40 Lucy for watching a video. Let's go. All right. We got the team. Yeah, let's go. Whatever. Alright. Shortly after the situation with Sinclair was dealt with. I always forget. But
그나저나 아까는 11구 뒷골목으로 간다는 걸 K사라고 잘못 말한 거지? 딴지 걸기엔 다들 들떠보이는 분위기라 타이밍을 놓쳤는데.
난 어지간해서는 잘못 말하는 법이 없다.
I like that confidence.
그레고르, 우리는 K사 둥지로 간다.
아니 근데 둥지로 들어가려면
그래, 심사가 필요하지.
난 K사 비자 없는데 나 빼고 다들 있는 거 아니지?
뭐냐? 왜 날 보냐?
방법은 간단하다. 닭, 돌. 그리고
See, huh?
때까지 죽사를 반복하면 돼.
All these acronyms with you.
닭, 돌, 죽살.
Whatever that eccentric abbreviation means for Ryoshu, the sinners have learned to stop questioning it. Yeah, it probably just means kill everyone in some way.
컴퍼니 정도의 회사라면 그냥 통과될지도 모를 텐데요. 그리고 료슈 씨가 말한 방식으로는 엄청난 시간이 소모될 거예요. 날개가 관리하는 둥지를 대체 뭐라고 생각하는 거예요?
Oh, I see. No one's gonna take into account how much I'll suffer for that cider, huh? Sadly, none of our sinners bothered to respond to me in any capacity. Rude.
이스마엘이 말한 대로 우리는 비자를 면제받아 통과한다. 림버스 컴퍼니의 뒤엔 꽤 다양한 분야의 주주들이 계시거든.
혹시 H사의 주주님도 아시나요? 제 동생이 어렸을 때 붉은색 여권이 아니면 안 된다고 고집을 부려서 직접 저희 집에 방문해 주신 적이 있으시거든요.
글쎄, 나 같은 일개 길잡이는 그런 것까지 아는 위치가
Reminds me, Honglu reminds me so much of his head.
대답할 가치가 있어 보이는 질문도 아니고.
너무하네요.
그보다 중요한 건 검문 속까지 가는 길목이다.
Like if coffee actually gave his said energy, that would be Honglu.
동행권을 노리는 자들이 지천으로 널려 있다는 뜻이기도 하지.
버스 근처에 불청객의 소리가 많다.
Interlopers! Well, have bus. We'll battle. Alright, let's do it. We got the team. Alright. Let's see here. Do that and that. Actually, do that and that and that. That. Okay, no. We'll do this. There we go. Go, minions! Yeah, who needs to be level 16? How dare you?
제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
Alright.
불길 속으로.
Go, Don, go!
본인의 승리일세. 본인의 승리일세.
Easy. One punch, man.
기분 좋은 카론. 기분 좋게 도착.
자, 내리지. 심사받을 시간이다. 아, 혹시나 해서 말하는 건데 너희가 평소에 하던
Usual antics.
그러니까 볼성사납게 사고를 치고 다녀도 일이 수습될 거라는 기대는 이곳 검문소에서는 버리는 게 좋을 거다.
I thought his words were pretty intimidating, but despite the worries,
K사로 방문하신 모든 분께 환영의 인사를 드립니다. 한 줄로 순서에 맞게 입장하신 다음 안내문에 따라 적합한 위치에 서 주십시오.
the menacing and interrogative atmosphere could subdue the temper of any first-time visitors, and the sinners were no exception. I could occasionally hear Sinclair sniffling, followed by Roddy and Gregor calming him. Any of my questions why were met with heads shaken sideways. I don't remember what K-Corp does. I feel like we learned that in Library of Ruina, but I don't remember.
당신이 왜?
What made you follow us outside the bus this time? Noticing my flustered expression at the unexpected company, Virgilius opened his mouth.
이곳이 둥지이기 때문입니다, 단테.
단테.
이곳에서 예상 못한 사고라도 치는 순간, 단테, 당신이 전부 책임지기는 어려워질 테니까.
Virgilius put it like that. It sounded as if he were saying, you're not reliable enough to be sent without supervision. I mean, he's not wrong. But I knew it'd be wise to keep this to myself. Oh, I did notice that there was like some kind of layer coordination, but I didn't know what it was. That's good to know. I got more of that stuff. Cool. Could very well be.
금방금방 빠지네요. 10분 정도만 기다리면 저희 차례가 오겠어요. 통과 질문은 저희 13명이 다 해야 하나요? 단테 씨는 말을 못 알아들을 텐데 어떻게 해야 하죠?
Ishmael seemed to have a habit of speaking quickly and being more inquisitive when she got anxious.
안 그래도 그 이야기를 하려던 참이었지. 잘 들어. K사 직원은 이쪽 줄에 서 있는 사람들에게는 매우 간단한 질문만 할 거다. 그리고 너희들 또한 매우 간단한 대답만 하면 되는 거야. 신문소 직원이 어떤 목적으로 왔냐고 물어보면 림버스 컴퍼니 업무상으로 왔습니다. 업무 비자를 확인해 주세요. 라고 대답을 하면 된다. 토시 하나 빼먹지 말고 그대로 외워.
He says his eyes glow.
내가 알아서 할 테니 그저 문제를 일으키지 않을 사람이라는 것만 증명하면 돼.
혹시나 저 말을 외우지 못하겠다면 차라리 입을 다물고 있으세요. 그저 갖고 계시는 사원증을 내밀기만 해도 되니까요.
Keep quiet and don't cause trouble. Easiest tasks in the world. I sneakily mumble a sarcastic remark. I was worried that Faust might rat me out, but thankfully, Virgilius was idly staring off into space, sparing me from his scathing commentary.
자, 그럼 질문이 있는 사람은 내가 정말 가치 있는 질문을 생각했는가에 대한 고민을 해본 후에 조용히 손을 들도록.
Several hands were lifted, including mine.
로지온,
업무 목적이니까 무기는 들고 들어가도 되지?
그렇다. 다음.
Oh, that was actually a good question.
그에게 기기괴기한 팔이나 단테의 근사한 시계머리도 상관없겠네?
맞아요. 참고로 관리자님의 머리는 무기가 아니라 의체로 분류되기 때문에 관광 비자여도 허용은 돼요. 비록 불사의 능력을 지니고 있더라도요.
Ishmael took the role of the mall student, answering Vigilius instead. It feels like something changed about Ishmael's attitude since the casino job. She seems to have decided to take matters into her own hands after I betrayed her expectations of my capabilities as a leader. RIP.
정확해.
Gregor and I put our hands down at the same time.
그리고 리오슈, 담배는 끄고 얘기하도록.
난 손 안 들었다만.
Don, please. Virgilius was doing his best to ignore Don Quixote's arms stretched skyward. Oh, poor Don. But he finally caved and gave the woman with an adamantly raised hand a chance to speak.
그래, 돈키호테. 뭐지?
저 유리벽은 어떤 용도로 있는 것이오?
Following Don Quixote's finger, our attention was drawn to the glass walls stood in the middle of the building. On the other side of that clear dividing wall were countless people waiting in line.
저쪽은 기다린다기보다는 아예 사람들이 바닥에 앉아 있군. 줄을 선지 꽤 시간이 지난 모양이야.
Application.
원도 많군. 이곳 인원의 3배.
Applying the move into K-Corp.
대부분 건물에 세워져 있는 유리벽은 안전을 위한 용도일 가능성이 크다.
뭐 쉽게 말하자면 뒷골목 사람들 전용 구역이지.
Ah, yep, called it.
방식은 다르지만 어쨌든 제대로 된 비자가 없이 다른 둥지로 가는 건 진짜 까다롭거든. 왜 검문소 근처에서 목숨까지 걸고 우리를 습격하려고 했겠어? 비자를 강제로 빼앗아서라도 둥지에 가려고 했던 거지.
That makes sense. Okay.
우리가 해결해 줄 수 없는 문제이기도 하지.
However, that answer didn't satisfy Don Quixote. Of course it didn't. Whether it was the fault of the gloomy yet oppressive atmosphere of the area beyond the wall, or if a disturbance is happening in there, I couldn't say.
관리자님, 저희 차례입니다.
Huh? Right. Our line moved at such a quick pace, we barely had time to chat before it was our turn to answer the officials' questions.
기억하세요. 그쪽에서 어떤 목적으로 왔냐고 하면
한 번만 더 말하면 심사관인지 뭔지 아는 놈이랑 만단지에 해주겠어.
Despite Ishmael's worries, our inspection was smooth sailing. Awesome.
소속 그룹 이유를 말씀해 주세요.
업무처 림버스 컴퍼니에서 왔습니다. 사원증 확인 부탁드립니다.
확인했습니다. 다음.
Hey, good job, Gregor.
림버스 컴퍼니에서 왔죠. 비즈니스 때문에. 서원증 보시면 된대요.
확인했습니다. 다음.
After our first dinner proved who we work for, it was a breeze for the rest of us. Oof. The official asked the same question in the same dry tone, took a cursory glance at our faces and employee cards. Though based on their speed, it seemed more like a customary gesture rather than an actual look over, then let each dinner pass. And so far so good.
저쪽에서 무슨 문제가 생겼나?
Not our problem, Ishmael. Keep moving. The glass wall staying between us and them was thick enough to block out sound. It was hard for us to tell what was going on through the wall. However, I could see what was happening unambiguously. Someone with cuffed hands was being dragged away by security. And a small child was crying next to them, clearly scared and confused.
신경 쓰지 말죠. 잘은 모르지만 날개의 금기를 어긴 모양이에요.
Yeah, it's very sad. Anyway, moving on.
너희들이 어긴 금기를 봤자 만족스러울 만큼 충분한 돈을 뒷구멍에 찔러주지 않았다는 거 웬 더 있겠어?
지금 저한테 이죽되는 건가요?
Not relevant to the mission, guys. Move on. You're going to inspire someone to make a mistake. Please move. Please keep moving. Stop talking. While I was distracted by Heathcliff loudly celebrating in his first successful tease on Ishmael, our usual suspect sprang forth at her least expected moment. Yeah, again, of course she did.
소속 그룹 이유를 말씀해 주세요.
Don Quixote, please.
자유를 주기 위해 왔노라.
Oh, God. Yeah, it had to be that way. And the motion is expressed for the first time on the checkpoint official's face. Oh, boy. Full Albert gas station. Yep. Don Quixote, you have excellent timing. Welcome back to the picture coop. It had to be done. Yeah, it really did have to be done.
고통스러워하고 있지 않은가?
Don Quixote, we have a child that needs a hero. Off you go.
말씀해 주세요.
The official ignored her demand and parroted the same question. All the while, Don Quixote was getting more upset by the minute. Where's Virgilius? And then, in looking through the transparent wall yet again, I saw the desperate child mouth off a scream at the man dragged away in handcuffs. That's still going on. Daddy.
그대가 나설 마음이 없다면 내가 지켜야겠네.
That is a proud Don right there.
코드 퍼플. 금기 K185 위반 발생. 트롬보사이트 지원 요망. 재전파. 트롬보사이트.
Thrombosite, huh? Alright. Veering away from inquiry like a broken record, the official spoke in intimidating immune response to the radio. Immune response. I like the way they phrase that.
코드 퍼플. 순환 이동 검문소 14번. 트롬보사이트. 루코사이트.
Blaring sounds accompanied the perplexing announcement, all the while thick metal gates shut.
그냥 대갈통을 부수고 시체자루에 넣어서 지나갈 걸 그랬어.
Hey, you shouldn't have stopped to talk about it.
아주 달라질 건 없었을 것 같지만요.
트롬보 루코 각각 혈소판 백혈구를 의미하는 것 같소만.
저들을 의미하나 보군요. K사와 어울리네요.
What is K-Corp? Have I learned? I feel like I learned about K-Corp. Looking in the direction Faust indicated, we all saw what she meant. Security forces wearing menacing uniforms were staring at us. I feel like we learned about K-Corp in Library of Ruina, and I'm forgetting. Shocking to no one, I know, but... Alright, let's go save a child.
충전 완료.
These healing bullets. Okay, cool. I've gotten used to this sort of situation, but it looks pretty serious.
네, 날개의 금기를 어겼으니까요.
It's not like anyone was hurt. Can't we just talk this through? Faust looked straight into my face. For Faust to face someone directly when she usually stares into empty space as she speaks can only indicate one thing. I must have said something incredibly frustrating. Lol.
어떤 날개든 금기를 어겼다는 건
The loud explosion left Dawn Quixote dismembered where she stood. Damn!
별도의 발포 경고 없이 금기자를 처단할 수 있다는 뜻이에요.
It looks like Border Control isn't willing to forgive us until they dismember the rest of the sinners. Armed security staff was surrounding us on all sides.
날이 갈수록 놀라워.
I didn't do it.
밑에 고여있던 조그만 기대감마저 증발시켜버리니 말이야. 난 빠지지. 저 녀석의 단독 범행이라고 하든 다 같이 해결하든 알아서 해.
아까는 관리자님만으로는 부족하니까 동행한 거라면서요.
어쩔 수 없는 것에 책임을 져준다고 했지. 이따위 헛짓거리에 동참해준다.
It's fair.
아니었다.
Virgilius casually pushed his way through the line of armed guards and leaned against the wall. He then crossed his arms as if to further drive home that he'll remain a spectator. Alright. Okay, well, I put Don Quixote back together. Alright, anyway. Is this a... Oh, it's not a focus palette. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. That. Oi. That, and... yeah. Alright, oh, damn it. Go.
정화.
Alright, dude. Struggling every way, huh? Okay. Yes, you can do that, and then you're gonna go on defense this turn. Oi. And you're also struggling, apparently. More defense for you, my friend. Oi. Stop doing that. A lot of struggling, boys, this time around. You stop? Hey, hell. There you go, Don. Stagger nerd.
알겠어.
Alright, I staggered one of them. Cool. Hopeless, huh? Man. What's going on with you? Okay, well, you're staggered. That sucks to be you. And struggling over here. Man. You're just having a bad time of it with these guys. Stop moving. Jerk.
정화.
Some of that. Alright, a lot of dudes. Anyway, Alright, we could use some healing, so, oh, we're not there yet. We need more, blues and purples, or whatever. Alright, dodge for you.
조여목구를 달고 볼까?
Get him, lads. Alright, got one of them staggered. Take that. Alright, what's going on with you, man? Can you use an ego yet? No, you cannot. Why would you? Alright, well, maybe you're working on it.
조여목구를 달고 볼까?
I like that the previous one you had to be level 16, and this one you have to be 20. Or it's recommended to be 20. Quite the jump there, game. Alright, anyway. Are you there yet? No, we need more of the light blues and whatnot. Should be happy to give you if it wasn't for the fact that he's struggling. Nails for you. Don't you have N Sinclair? I don't know what that means.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리한다.
$20 poise. Still know what N Sinclair means. Some of that. Hoo-yah!
승객 보관 준비.
Alright.
충전 기능.
Alright, only one left.
단숨에 정리. 승객 무력 확인.
Get him out of this. Don, finish him off. There we go. Really just gonna watch from there?
그렇게 쳐다봐도 소용없습니다, 관리자님. 아무도 귀담아 듣지 않는 길잡이 주제에 칼까지 빼드는 건 주제넘은 짓이 아니죠.
He says unironically after the prologue.
마지막으로 오지랖을 풀어보자면 K사의 특이점은 HP 탄으로 웬만한 상처쯤은 순식간에 회복이 됩니다. 어쩌면 관리자님의 그 능력과도 유사하겠군요.
Hey, wait! Completely ignoring my feeble plea, not that they could hear it, the Corp security guard closed in on us.
돈이 더 들긴 해도 긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
And this one had to be 18? What is with the leveling here? 16, 20, 18. It's supposed... Game, you're supposed to keep going up. It should have been like 16, 18, 20. Why are we going 16, 20, 18? Whatever. Alright, so favorite here. Some of that. Whack. I almost killed that guy immediately. What do you need for your oranges and blues? Right. I remember now.
정화. 이 결투.
You got staggered? Staggered. Hey, you seem to be able to speak to me, Aubrey. If I needed to work at one corp, which one would I pick? That's a really good question. Give me a second here. I'm assuming. No, not you. That's not what I meant. Assuming. Ew, no, not at all. All right, well, we're gonna have more of enough purples after this. Could do that. I think. I don't think they use the same material, right? Nope, not at all. Okay. Just gonna bring that back. I want to do ego time. Ego times. Anyway, Muchakina Akuma made it to another stream. What's up? Just in time for Don Quixote's glory. Whack. Which corp would I work for? Probably W Corp, if I'm honest. I don't know enough about all the corps to be able to like really answer. I definitely wouldn't be Labami Corp, ignoring the fact that it no longer exists. All right. Anyway. So I forgot, what more do you need of? You need more of the light blues. All right, I got you, fam. It sure did. And the library is now outside the city. Wait. Being picky about it. There we go. Yeah, probably be W Corp. While the actual work is horrendous, it's the kind of horrendous that I can live with, and the toys are really cool.
돈이 더 들긴 해도 긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
불꽃을 벼리겠소.
Alright, beat up more security. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll do that and that. Now you're struggling again. Do that. There we go. Get him, lads. Hoo-yah! Dominating.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 점검.
Nothing like trying to make it through customs, am I right? I'm assuming that annoying K-Corp tech is what's causing him to heal every turn like that. Yeah, come at me. You dare challenge Don Quixote? Burn him. Yeah. Burninating. Light everything on fire. Nails for you, my friend, and a bit of bleed. Yeah, nice guard, idiot. Whack 'em, whack-a-nate. Let's see, are we there yet? I don't think we are. No, we need 2 more light blues. Okay. Oh, off you go. What's up, Banana? Welcome back. You didn't miss much. We're still trying to make our way past immigration.
승객 보건 준비.
Well, at least you're losing sanity. That's good for us, I suppose. Alright, now you should be able to do that. There you go. You not.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
I wouldn't say I'm evading them. There's nothing about this that screams evading the border police. We are in direct conflict with them.
승객 보건 준비.
Nice, good job, everybody. K-Corp Singularity, HP bullets. Any would-be fatal injuries we managed to inflict were healed away with a single shot of those regenerative rounds. It was only a matter of time before the thread by which Heathcliff's patience was hung snapped.
세상에서 제일 의미 없는 일을 하고 있어, 알아?
말했잖아요. 날개와 엮이는 건 무의미하다고요.
Yep.
이렇게 실시간으로 허무해지는 전투일 줄은 몰랐지.
잘라내면 잘라내는 대로 살점이 차오른다. 전투를 제대로 지속하기 어렵다.
이딴 예술도 있는 거군.
Ryoshu made the most pained expression I've seen from her, begrudgingly swinging her sheath around. Cuts and slashes will mend before even a drop of blood can spill from them. There couldn't be a worse battle for Ryoshu to fight. Womp womp. Isn't there anything we can do?
HP. 헬라포이세스 기술은 손실된 신체의 세포를 끊임없이 보충하는 기술이에요. 한번 투약받아도 상당히 오래 지속되는데 둥지 안에서 보급을 받는 자들은 전투로는 이길 방법이 없다고 할 수도 있겠네요.
Even Faust was shaking her head in despondency, but then... Can I just, like, turn back time?
혼란 속에 비로소 이 몸이 등장하였으니.
A peal of overwhelmingly energetic laughter rang through the air.
돈이 더 들긴 해도 긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가? 아니야, 넣어두 개. 정말 2배로 받을 거라고 생각했는데.
A figure approached us with terrifying force, reminiscent of a frenzied beast.
뭐야? 뭐가 달려오고 있는 거야?
앞으로 3초. 관리자님, 판단을.
I don't know. I'm not sure what to... Virgilius was the only one who showed no surprise. To be more clear, he was more displeased than unsurprised at this apparently expected arrival.
역시 오시는군. K사의 대스타.
The jovial-looking man appeared amidst the chaos with an obnoxious laugh.
모두 안녕하신가? 목격담은 얼마든지 올려도 되지만 사진 촬영부터는 K사의 공식 허가가 필요하네.
I feel like Don's gonna freak out and fangirl.
잡지 인터뷰가 있어서 길게는 시간을 내주지 못해. 섭섭해도 이해해주게. 왜 안 오나 했지. 날개 월급쟁이가 되어버렸다지, 지크프리타. 그 비아냥거리는 말 본세는 여전하시군 그래. 코드 퍼플이 발동해서 불이 나게 달려왔더니만 그대의 친구들이었나 보군. 친구 아니야. 이 소동 속에 나는 무관하다는 걸 알아주면 좋겠군. 그럼 그래, 화끈한 정신 개조를 부탁하지.
A spicy lesson.
둘이서만 불길하게 속닥거려.
동감. 어디서 굴러온 놈이지?
보아하니 꽤 구석진 골목에서 온 분들도 있나 보군. 좋아. 그렇다면 이번만큼은 특별히 사진 서비스도 제공해주겠어.
우리를 아주 길거리 추종자처럼 대하고 있군. 감히
And here comes Dawn. Yep, I knew it. Don Quixote, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong.
우리가 좀 바빠서 1분 안으로 끝내줘. 저 시계머리는 빼고.
Keep that clock head out of this.
의체인가? 그렇다면 50초로 하지.
Both a skilled fighter and talented performer, I can only watch in awe as he proved himself to be nothing short of a hero.
자, 여기를 한번 봐주게. 우리 팬들이 매우 좋아해 줄 거야.
Rude.
더럽게 강하군.
응? 방금 뭐란 거지? 깜찍하군 그래.
One after another, he made short work of the sinners. Virgilius watched the carnage with a pleased expression.
동지에서 주제도 모르고 나대면 어떤 결과를 초래하는지 깨달을 필요가 있지. 단테, 지금의 당신은 기억이 안 나겠지만 당신도 어쩌면 거물 같은 존재였을
Oh, really?
때가 있었습니다.
I was. I just couldn't picture it. Right now, I'm just a powerless leader who fumbles in any emergency, constantly being chewed up, spat out, and ignored and trashed by my sinners. They've even started treating me as the team's field medic. To think that this miserable manager used to be the respected leader of many sometime in the past. I felt a genuine desire to ask Fask for another way to recover my memories.
하지만 기억을 잃었다는 사실이 당신의 관리 소홀에 대한 온전한 면죄부가 되어줄 순 없죠. 무슨 말인지 스스로 아실 거라 믿습니다.
I saw the staff at the K-Corp checkpoint. They showed no pity for the family they were about to tear apart, treating it at all as if nothing more had been part of the due procedure. Though Don Quixote got us into trouble when she sprang forth to rectify injustice, I just know it would have haunted my sleep for days if we turned a blind eye. And seeing Heathcliff tighten the grip on his weapon to veins as he witnessed the disturbance. If not Don Quixote, I feel at least one of us would have intervened. Truth be told, I didn't do everything in my power to keep Don Quixote down. Virgilius isn't necessarily wrong when he said as the blame rests on me for causing this. Taking back my head might not be the best after all, Virgilius.
이거 참. 다음엔 꼭 마이크를 다룬다고 해야겠군. 알아들었다는 소리로 이해하겠습니다.
Yep, simple nods.
46.5초. 오늘도 세계를 정의롭게 수호한 시간이었다. 무대는 끝난 모양이군. 시계 돌릴 시간입니다, 단테.
Lovely. I'm sure Dawn had fun at least. She got to be killed by a hero. After 12 worlds of agony, the sinners were all back in one piece. The massacre must have been humbling because it feels rather strange seeing them this quiet.
어떻게 지내고 있었는가 붉은 시선. 요새 통 얼굴 보기가 힘들었는데 둥지 속 우수한 해결사들의 모임에도 안 나오고. 내가 초대장을 무려 수십 장이나 보냈는데 받지 못한 것인가?
주소 바꿨어. 그리고 당신처럼 충실하게 꼬리 따위 흔들고 있을 여유도
Damn.
없지.
I don't know what happened between these two, but Julius is a bit hostile here, right?
보기에도 둘의 성향이 다르다고 느끼지 않나요, 단테?
Yeah, give Dante a pen and something to write on. In what ways?
간단히 말하자면
Or hell, just give him a tablet to type on, use text to speech.
해결사 중에서도 날개 친화적인 쪽에 가까웠죠. 반면에 베르길리우스 씨는 해결사만의 독립성을 추구했어요. 영향력이 강한 어느 한 곳에 해결사가 종속되는 순간 해결사가 지켜야 할 최소한의 가치마저도 사라진다고 생각했거든요. 힘 있는 자들 한정에선 누구보다 엄격한 잣대를 들이미는 사람이니까요.
While speaking with Faust, I saw Don Quixote quake and approach Siegfried with shaky hands. Aww. She must have been honored to see him, even after being mincemeat by his hands mere moments ago. Pat, 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 pat.
한정판은 아니지만 나도 그대처럼 엄청난 해결사가 되는 것이 꿈이야.
해결사 꿈나무군. 시간이 얼마 없지만 사인은 해줄 수 있지.
She might faint.
그게 정말이요? 그럼 사인은 여기.
Deep breaths on. Deep breaths. Stay on your feet.
숨 좀 쉬어, 동.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, Gregor agrees.
상황 종료. 코드 퍼플. 상황 종료. 코드 퍼플. 올 코드 클리어.
일은 성공적으로 끝마쳤다. 그럼 또 어디선가에서 보도록 하지.
Leaping with tremendous force, Siegfried vanished into the air. He gives me All Might vibes. Although there was a small delay, we did get the travel permit in the end. Yeah, a small delay. Virgilius returned to the bus in the meantime. Or perhaps he only got off knowing that we run into Siegfried. He looked rather upset as he walked away, but no one else seemed to care that much. Clueless to the surrounding frigidness, Don Quixote was happy as a clam, caressing the sheet of paper autographed by Siegfried.
꿈을 꾸고 있는 것은 아닌지 모르겠어. 관리자다리.
No, but I will pat your head. Pat, 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 pat. Just as I was about to give the blissful Don Quixote a word while we walked out of the border checkpoint, an armored vehicle stopped before us.
새로운 적인가? 둥지의 검문소 앞에서 간도 크군.
Probably an insider.
ACC 청소부서 소속이군요.
Following Faust's plain reply, the vehicle's doors opened.
나 참. 왜 이렇게 오래 걸린 거야?
Ah, it's these two again.
세 바퀴나 뱅뱅 돌았잖아.
A couple of familiar faces appeared out of the car. Effie and Saude. Even though their outfits had changed, their faces were greased with just as much confidence and poise.
비포팀에서도 온 건가? 분위기가 좀 달라졌군 그래.
그건 카지노 잠입을 위한 위장복이었답니다. 결과적으론 쓸모가 없긴 했지만 말이에요.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
그 심부를 찌르는 말투는 여전하구만.
My chest ached a little at the thought of the harmonious cacophony that was our last operation.
에피소드. 저 시계 시침 바르르 떨리는 거 보여? 저러다가 울기라도 하겠어.
장난이랍니다. 실력으로는 아직 발전해야 할 부분이 한참 남아 있었지만 그래도 LCB 부사만의 색깔이 있다는 걸 인정하기로 했거든요.
In spite of the rough path we took, it sounds like we did leave a positive impression on the two. Yeah, I mean, we won. We did it.
팀들은 먼저 작전 현장에 도착했는 줄 알았는데요.
다른 대원들은 이미 도착해 있을 거야. 너희들이 알면 유용할 추가 정보가 있어서 잠시 남아서 기다려주기로 했지.
어떻든 간에 우리가 신경이 쓰였다는 거네.
Let's not go that far.
너희들도 우리의 매력에 헤어나오지 못했던 거 아니야? 왜 그런 거 있잖아. 귀신같이 맛없는 재료들만 모아놓아서 요리했는데 묘하게 맛이 있는 거?
맞아. 전장엔 그런 게 많았지. 분명 먹을 당시에는 비참했는데 자꾸 기억에 남는 그...
두 분 다 어떤 음식을 드셔왔던 거죠?
저 그런데 전달받을 정보란 어떤 것인가요?
Yeah, Honglu keeping us on task. Who knew?
좀 말이야. 우리 말고 다른 집단이 점령해 있는 상태인 것 같아. 그래서 우리 쪽에서도 평소보다 많은 인원을 투입하고 있지.
그래봤자 또 어디서 모여드는 쇠파리 같은 놈들이겠지.
As Alice pointed out, we weren't new to encounters against groups of foes drawn near the Golden Bows. For our first mission, straggling soldiers from G Corp took shelter in the abandoned facility. And on our second, a variety of gangs inhabited the casino.
안타깝지만 이번 상대들은 예전 같은 부스러기는 아닌 모양이야. 심사 기록을 슬쩍 살펴보니까 몇 주 전 엔사에서 대거 파견한 기록이 남아 있었어. 심지어 우리와 목적지가 같더라고.
N-Corp, huh? What does N-Corp do?
공식적으로 드러난 행보는 아니지만 K사 쪽에서도 심사 통과를 해준 걸로 봐선 모종의 거래가 있었을 수도 있지.
즉, N사에서 미리 파견이 와 있는 게 사실이라면 가는 길이 순탄하지만은 않을 거라는 소리랍니다.
그렇군. 이거 자칫하다 여러 날개를 척지는 건 아닌지 몰라.
장기적으로 봤을 때 날개 간의 충돌은 불가피한 수순일 거예요. 하지만 N사에서 공식적인 파견을 공표한 게 아닌 걸 봐서는 단순히 이익 집단 간의 충돌로 마무리될 수도 있고요. 어쩌면 그들이 진정으로 원하는 건 황금가지가 아니라는 가능성도 배제할 순 없어요.
어찌 됐든 여기저기에 써먹기 편한 게 우리라는 건 부정되지 않은 것 같지만.
Yeah, what else is new?
맞아. K사 입국관리소에서 소동을 일으킨 멍청이들이 있다고 했는데 혹시 얼굴 봤어?
소문이라는 건 참 빠르게 퍼지는군. 마치 로신한테 갔어.
Can't imagine. Don Quixote hung her head, possibly in embarrassment. Perhaps she's finally starting to learn that her reckless actions have repercussions. That, or I'm mistaken, she's glad that more people know of what she's done. Why can't both be true?
아깝지 뭐예요. 그런 광경은 자주 볼 수 있지도 않았을 텐데. 목숨이 여러 개 있는 게 아닌 이상.
I just realized, is she holding a gun? Aren't guns, like, really expensive in this world?
설마 아니죠?
자, 시간도 얼마 없고 하니 빨리 이동하죠.
이런 베르길리우스님은 이번에도 안 계시나 보네.
그 양반 먼저 버스로 돌아갔어.
아쉽네요. 이번에야말로 얼굴 한번 비추고 싶었는데.
다음에는 꼭 인사를 하고 말겠어. 너희 대신 우리를 합류시킬 생각은 없냐고도 물어볼 계획이거든.
What? That's the reason you wanted to meet him?
마냥 농담은 아니랍니다. 이따가 현장에서 다시 봐요.
너희가 무사히 도착할 수 있다면 말이야.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Cool. I'll take that. Ink. Next. Meanwhile, back on the bus, a pouty Karen and the cold stare of Virgilius await us on the bus. The air was heavy with a sense of oppression, leaving little room for lighthearted jokes.
늦었어. 카론 100까지 샜는데도 너희 안 왔어.
카론.
She seemed to have a few more words ready to be flung in that icy tone, but Virgilius put a hand on her shoulder and gave her a glance.
베르, 카론은 지금을 기억할 것입니다.
미안해. 다음에 사탕 사줄 테니까.
Karen sat in the driver's seat without further complaint, and Virgilius slowly turned to us. If there was one thing the sinners and I were all good at, it'd be sensing imminent danger and making way. Dispersing from the group, we sculled away into our seats, leaving only Don Quixote anxiously standing in the aisle of the bus.
변명을 듣겠다, 돈키호테.
본인은 핍박받고 있는 약자를 그냥 지나칠 수 없어.
아니, 틀렸지.
Wrong. Hey, nothing there. My vision could follow what happened in that instant. I have nothing to blink, so it shouldn't have been possible for me to miss a moment, and yet when I caught up with the situation, the first thing that came to my sight was Don Quixote being brought to the ground, shoulder trampled under Virgilius' shoe.
나는 변명을 하라고 했지. 네 사상을 변호하라고 하지 않았다. 처음이 아니지, 돈키호테. 벌써 3번이나 비슷한 일이 있었다. 네 정신 나간 짓 때문에 3번이나 일이 어그러질 뻔했다고. 어떻게 생각하지? 말해봐라.
본인을 위해 동료에게 패를 끼치기는 했다만.
Don Quixote's pain groan grew louder, but no one stepped in. Of course, she was being punished for her own actions. But more than anything, it was evident that disrupting this wasn't going to make the situation better.
생각을 물었다고 왜 말을 알아듣지 못하지?
말하고 있지 않았어.
너는 여기서 미안하다는 말을 했어야 해, 돈키호테. 덧붙일 거라면 앞으로 어떻게 할 것인지 계획을 말했어야 했고.
이런, 아까부터 답을 정해놓고 말하고 있지 않소.
모르나? 회사는 대부분 정해진 답을 갖고 있다. 그 답을 맞출 수 있는 지를 물을 뿐이지. 회사가 너 따위에게 의견을 묻고 있다고 생각하면 큰 착각이다.
회사가 그렇다면 본인은
지치는군.
Virgilius kicked Don Quixote, tossing her to the floor. Then, gripping her fall by the collar,
입사할 때를 기억하고 있겠지. 그날의 거래를 잊지 않았으면 좋겠습니다, 돈 키호테 씨.
Virgilius' eyes glistened with a much brighter hue of red than usual. Staring directly into them, Don Quixote soon gave back a nod without another word.
여기까지. 원래 위치로 돌아가도록.
Watching someone who usually exuded pride and confidence quickly shift to such a discouraged, crestfallen state didn't exactly make for a pleasant sight. Though, a deal that got Don Quixote to go silent simply by bringing it up makes me wonder what it was about. Yeah, same.
다른 놈들도 마찬가지다. 회사는 자아 실현의 공간이나 사상을 설파하는 장소가 아니다. 취업 규칙을 위반하면서도 돌발 행동을 하겠다면 자신이 치를 대가를 한 번쯤 더 생각하고 행동에 옮기도록 죽는 게 낫다고 생각하겠지만 죽지 못할 거고 프리랜서가 되고 싶겠지만 퇴사가 불가능한 시기를 보내게 될 테니까 말이야.
아무래도 저 양반 아이고 뭐더라? 저 자크 프리더 씨한테 도움을 받은 게 힘이 기분이 상했던 모양이군.
지크 프리트님이요. 본격적으로 작전 시작도 안 했는데 잔소리나 들었잖아. 그러니까 눈치 좀 보면서 행동했어야지.
에휴, 언젠가 한 번은 이럴 날이 올 줄 알았어요. 앞으로는 다들 주의하죠.
둘 다 왜 나를 야리냐? 죽고 싶냐?
I mean, yeah, in fairness, Heathcliff hasn't actually messed anything up yet.
알았어, 알았다고.
A non-pigeon shell? What does that mean? I didn't ask. Yeah. Don't tell me about your level recommendations, jerk. With the conflict sorted out, the bus finally departed. Looking out the windows evoked a strange feeling in the passengers.
저 인간들은 얼굴에 근심 하나 없어 보이네.
Oh, they're in the nest. This is way different from the roads we've been through.
그러고 보니 관리자 양반은 둥지 한복판을 지나오는 건 처음이겠어.
Well, we're already on the next mission, but I will show off my IDs at the next opportunity. Brian, I don't know what you mean by a shell. Help me help you. What are you talking about when you say a shell?
이번에 갈 목적지는 K사의 칼프 마을이다. 그곳 어딘가에 로봇
Yeah, you got
통신으로 연결되어 있는
I will show off the IDs that I got.
정보다.
Breathe, Sinclair. As soon as the name Cal W was mentioned, Sinclair lapsed into fear once again, started trembling. As if something were coming after him. We got you, Sinclair.
너희들이 전해준 정보대로 제3의 세력들이 이미 그 지부를 점령 중인 상황이다. 그래서 클리어 부서.
Naturally, when I was voicing Don Quixote in the Thread 4 cutscene, I was doing that. You have to put energy into a character like that.
상황이 어떤지 파악이 되면 그쪽에서 먼저 보고를 줄 거다.
Shortly afterward, the bus entered a quiet woodland path leading to the village. Lush green trees, rarely found in the back streets, began to decorate the scene, providing a comforting sight, but that was soon disturbed by something odd. I could see an ominous billow of smoke rise in the distance. I don't know what it is when it comes to voice acting, but really, like, when you, like, wave your hands about, it really, like, hand motions do actually help. It's like you are your own conductor. It's weird. The bus made a sharp turn to the left, shortly before a giant nail flew in and noisily embedded itself in the back window.
어떤 새끼야? 뒤질 뻔했잖아.
이 정도의 가속도로 실험해보진 않았지만 창을 조금 더 튼튼히 덧댈 필요가 있겠군요.
우리를 향해 정확히 조준하고 던진 거다. 아까 비포 팀들이 일컫던 엔사의 직원이겠군.
So what does N-Corp do?
베르, 메피가 다쳤어. 카룬 사.
Oh, Karen's sad. Oh, they're dead. They're all dead.
더할 기세군.
Guys, they make Karen sad. It's gonna be genocide. Is this guy wearing knight armor? Is he a crusader? Or is it what?
정차. 이 길로는 지나가지 못한다.
아 이렇게 말로 하면 될걸 유리창까지 뚫을 건 뭡니까? 나 참.
Season 6, huh? Oh, yeah, I started playing like when Season 5 was a thing, yeah.
소속이라도 말해야 예의지 않겠나?
우리는 이단 신문관. 불경한 일을 꿰뚫는 못이오. 죄악을 두드려 다스리는 망치다.
Not the Inquisition.
엔사, 나겔 운트하모의 직원이라는 걸 어렵게도 말하네요.
묵과 망치라고도 불리죠.
I can't imagine why.
지금은 2단 신봉자를 정화하고 있으므로 이 앞을 지나갈 수 없다.
2단? 이봐요. 우리는 단지 이곳을 서둘러 지나가고 싶을 뿐입니다. 관광. 관광
A tour. Gregor, please. Labeled as tourists, all of a sudden, the sinners exchanged looks in silence. To prevent another disastrous first impression, Gregor was doing what he could, even though his efforts fell flat for the most part, to gently appease the armored crowd. Accompanied by an attempt at the kind, harmless smile tourists would wear.
그래. 저번 광산 때부터 느꼈던 건데 사실 이런 쪽 개그에 욕심 있는 거 아니야?
그런 거 아니라고.
He's doing his best. The quivering corners of his mouth roused pity in my heart.
그렇다면 그대들의 순수성을 증명함이 바르리라.
좋아. 방법을 알려주면 못.
Yeah, it's not like we're sinners or anything. We're not tainted. Inquisitor suddenly pointed in my direction.
저 불경한 여행자의 머리를 베어내라.
Oh my. Me?
그리고 우리 망치의 앞에 무릎 꿇고 봉헌해라. 그렇다면 그대들은 때묻지 않는 자이며 여정의 불이익 또한 없을지니. 물론 그 불결한 차량도 두고 가야 할 것이다.
보자보자니까 무슨 헛소리야. 야, 아무리 우리가 핫바지처럼 보인다고 해도 그런 걸 들어줄 것 같냐?
Furious, Heathcliff was the first to quit playing as a harmless tourist. Heathcliff, you didn't have to.
가짠치도 않은 것들이 어디서 나보고 무릎을 꿇으란 거야?
He's got problems with authority. Yeah, he doesn't care about us, Dante. I'm sorry. The Inquisitor, as was declared to us, nodded in response.
알겠다. 그렇다면 그대들은 2단이다.
With that, the group of Inquisitors moved into position at once, ready to attack. You shall be purged in holy fire by my burn. All right. All right. Struggling, are you? Of course you are. Defense for you. Nope. I did the stupid thing. There we go. Oi. And it doesn't really matter. Boom, boom. Off you go. Has some nails. Alright, anyway, let's see here. Oi. Nah, it doesn't matter. There we go. Yeah, it's Sinclair's, or at least it appears to be Sinclair's. What's got him so nervous, I don't know yet, but I imagine we'll find out. Get him done. Yeah. Easy. Alright. Of course you are. You can do that. Oi! I appreciate your concern for the spoilers. But yeah, it made it pretty clear that this is Sinclair's. We just don't know why yet. Whoever is about this area has got him hyperventilating. We are in Canto 3. Victory. Got him. No match.
돈이 더 들긴 해도 긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
All right, so nothing there. Wanted to see our IDs. So we got Yi Sang with Leo Association, South Section 3 ID. And then we got Faust with the One Who Grips ID equipped right now. We got, of course, Don Quixote with the Sync Association East Section 3 ID. Lovely. We got Ryoshu, who we're not really using, but she currently has the Leo Association South Section 4 equipped. And then we have Murasult. I never learned how to pronounce that. He's got the Dead Rabbits boss ID equipped, but I'm not using him either. He's just there. And then we got Honolulu with the Dicey, DSA, I don't know, that Association South Section 4 ID. And then we got Heathcliff with Obami Ego Sun Shower ID. We got Ishmael with the She Association South Section 5 ID. I'm still gonna call it ID because we got Ego and ID, and it makes pleasing sense to me. We got Rodion with the Devyat Association North Section 3 ID. We got Sinclair with the One Who Shall Grip ID. And of course, we got Aldous with W Corp L3 Cleanup Captain ID. And then last but not least, we got Gregor with the Zway Association South Section 4 ID. So there you go, nothing there. These are sinners as they are right now. No, wrong one. Over here. No, Canto 3. Off we go. Ba-ba-bum.
파우스트가 나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
Getting back on the bus, Virgilius greets us by casually lifting a hand. I already uptied Don. What more do you want from me? Weren't they a little trickier? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we've already uptied Don. We did that literally at the start. I don't know what more you want from me there. What more uptie can I do for Don?
저자들 우리더러 이단 신봉자라고 했어요. 대체 뭘 보고 그러는 거죠?
I think they were targeting me.
못과 망치, 경험이야말로 가장 중요한 가치란 말하는 날개.
Mersault muttered vaguely. Experience?
인간은 자신의 가치에 맞는 경험과 행동을 할 수 있도록 정해져 있다. 그들은 경험에 대해 그렇게 말합니다.
그것들 우리에게 관리자님의 머리를 내놓으라 했지. 그렇다는 건
그들이 또 온 거예요? 잊지 않았던 거죠?
Sinclair's freaking out again. Sinclair was almost having a fit at this point. Rodio looked at him with pitying eyes, but there was little she could do about it.
베르베르, 소리 나는 상자가 시끄러워.
The sound box.
데에서 연락이 온 모양이군.
Uh-oh.
이리 줘. 피, 여기는 버스다. 거기 상황은 어떤 것 같아?
Not good by the sounds of it.
에피?
방금 에피 씨 목소리가 맞았나요? 아니,
Something's gone bad.
사람 목소리이긴 했나요?
바람.
싱클레어, 무슨 소리를 하는 거야?
휘파람 소리가 들렸잖아요. 마지막에 희미하게.
I kinda did, yeah.
들렸었나?
그 자식이 온 거예요. 마침내 우리 마을까지 전부 죽이려고.
Calm down, Sinclair. What do you mean by whistles, and who is this wretched woman?
저를 기다리고 있는 거예요. 그건 저를 부르는 메시지였어요.
Resentful tears were streaming from Sinclair's face as he rambled.
잠깐만요.
돌아가요.
Not an option. What?
저희 그냥 돌아가면 안 돼요? 가기 싫어요. 돌아가요, 제발. 이제라도 운전대를 돌려서.
꼬맹이, 대체 왜 그러는 거야? 앞에 뭐가 있는데?
가면 안 돼. 전부 죽을 거야. 돌아가요.
We got it, Sinclair. Don't worry about it.
클레어, 쓸데없는
And if you die, I just bring you back. Alice was calmly flicking her wrist.
잠깐 기절할 정도로 복부에 충격을 가했을 뿐이다.
Good job, Alice. Promotion for you. We're in agreement for once, it seems. I was this close to stepping in.
겁쟁이들은 전장이 필요 없으니까. 이대로 버스 밖에 버리고
Nah,
가면
we
안
need
되는
them. That might be a bit too far.
관리자님께서 그렇게 말씀하신다면.
Alice looked down at Sinclair with a displeased face. Even though he was the timid sort, he's never opposed something so strongly until now. This unprecedented behavior of his bothered me. But I couldn't bring myself to ask him why, as he didn't seem to be in any state to tell me. Soon enough, Sinclair came back to his senses. He stared out the window with vacant eyes. The others are all out fighting.
죄송해요. 저도 갈게요. 짐덩이가 될 순 없으니까.
Well, it's not exactly the spirit I want, but it's a step in the right direction. I'll take it. But yes, I've already uptied Dawn. I don't know what more you're talking about when you're saying at least uptied Dawn. I already did that. As for Sinclair, you know, I'm not sold on it. I'm only using this Sinclair because it's the only 000 I have for Sinclair. It's not the thing that makes me smile.
조여목구를 달궈볼까? 본인의 승리일세.
Beyond that one consumable that brings it to uptie 4, I don't know how to uptie. Do I even have another one of those? I don't know if I do right now.
조여목구를 달궈볼까? 본인의 승리일세.
Yeah, Philip Sinclair, I would have uptied already. Like, I will use that item on him without a blink. Don't suppose you have an ego you can use right now. Nope, defense for you then.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
Yeah, if I had Philip Sinclair, we would not be having this conversation. It would be done. Yeah. It's next to a level up button? What are you on about the level up button? Well, you can instruct me after the after this battle. I didn't even know there was a level up button. Hopeless, huh? Still no ego for you, I assume? No, not at all. Can you get down there, jerk?
조여목구를 달궈볼까? 본인의 승리일세.
I had no idea there was even a level up button. People were just gaining XP and leveling up. Nails for you, my friend. There you go. You like nails. You're from N Corp. It's good for you. Actually, can we finish him off with an ego? You have an ego. Oi. You also have an ego. You do not. Oh yeah, Don Quixote can do it. I mean, why are we even having this conversation? Off you go. Nope. Damn it.
조여목구를 달궈볼까?
제압 완료.
Well, I tried. Near the top right, there's 2 buttons, level up and up tie. Okay. You see, I didn't know that.
돈이 더 들긴 해도 긴급으로 하길 잘했잖아.
I just saw level ups here, and I was like, okay, cool, we're done. Let me see here. Damn it. Oh, okay. So these are buttons. Okay. There's like a resource. Okay. Okay, so that's what this is for. Okay. Duly noted. Off you go. Nice. Yep, go ahead. Uptight for you. Uptight. There we go. Oh, we get a cutscene. A stroll in the city streets is a rare affair indeed. This walk, the sun shining on my shoulders, conveys an unfamiliar sensation. Days upon days I have spent in the archives, poring over volumes of books. The last time I saw any semblance of proper sunlight was on the day of my move up to Section 3, when my personal belongings were to be transferred to the new quarters. If it were not for my colleagues pushing me outside in hopes of allowing me to bathe in the breeze and the sun, today would not have been a day of any significance. Yet, well, this is quite pleasant now that I'm here. The details of this surrounding hectic bustle fade into the background, becoming nothing more than white noise for me to focus entirely on the text, enhancing my focus. And, how delightful it is. The flavor that infused this tea. Hey, Brian, we got another tea drinker. Perhaps I will make a note of it to the association to place them within our building. The sky, though, it's tall and crisp blue, but a reminder that all is but a facsimile and a lie. Brings a gentle and pleasant breeziness to my heart. Much there have been to be gained from this excursion, given that it was coercion which pushed me to venture. Perhaps this may be an opportunity to grow amiable to the unfamiliar, a learning experience this may become. Yet it may be a while before I become eased into the activity of chattering and skittering about with one's colleagues. I am not an unsocial creature by nature, yet I have remained skulking in the archives as long as I have been a member of the association. No, don't eat the kazoo. Like a fool. I believe ascension to higher situations and achievable only by delving deep into volumes upon volumes of manuals and training my body. Yet I remained in Section 4 for a long while, denied from the much-wanted mobility of status. My operation was formed on the incorrect proposition that the flame may grow by merely improving the firewood, failing to realize that flame cannot grow on its own. On second thought, perhaps this is why the knife hand techniques were taught in Section 4 of the South, to assist one understanding in this truth. I initially failed to understand the bizarre notion that my hands were to be used like blades. Yet once my mind was freed from this limiting obstinacy, once it accepted that flame burns greater, not in isolation but in collection, I could rise to Section 3. Now I wield a flaming sword. Tongues of fire, reaving the blade, licks and burns the air. In contact, it burns our foes with utter ease. I know that the technology that enables this a culmination of countless workshops that shape today's Liu weaponry. Liu's flame. It sparks handily lit by all, yet it catches fire for those who understand it. This is the truth for all Liu's standard equipment. Flame-wreathed weaponry of the Liu are known for their ease of use, yet to wield them to their fullest extent, a deeper understanding is necessary. It can be traced back to the gloves of Section 6, and as the arsenal grows, so is the appreciation for the togetherness then. Those who reach Section 1 would find their understanding complete. Such must be the philosophy behind such an approach. Those who stand alone with the flaming sword are soon left with naught to burn. Their spark and embers darken. Yet those who stand together, though they may wield blades of wood, they become a great bonfire that bursts with sparks of their fellows. This is why I have requested to be dispatched eastward. Though the martial forms, traditions, and disparity between sections may differ by region, should I find where and how the cores of Liu's philosophy, camaraderie, and warmth have settled. And should I learn how one conserves and grows their understanding of their fellows, I should find myself moving forward. And in that process, I will learn how one might grow closer to the fellows of my section, most have pushed me to live to this day. Lovely story. Yay. Alright. So that's you done. I'm definitely gonna uptight you. Okay, there's only one currency. Okay, I thought they all had their separate currency. I don't know why. Okay, my bad. We're gonna uptight you more. Alright, anyway, that's enough of that. Let's move on. I didn't ask about your level recommendations. We move on.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하도록.
Why would I? They're already getting experience from doing this. I get that for free.
정화. 본인의 승리일세. 정화. 이 결투. 좋아.
Golden Banana gonna be the Zoro of harmonicas, or kazoos, excuse me. Oh, where'd you get that shield from? That's new.
정화. 이 결투.
You know, nothing there. You raise an interesting point. What if level 40 Don Quixote indeed? Is Don Quixote still in the chat? It would be very funny. What say you, Don Quixote, if you are still out there, what say you? Shall you be the hero that we all deserve?
정화. 이 결투. 본인의 승리.
I'm picturing Aubrey like Squidward in that one Employee of the Month episode where she just opens up her closet and it's just filled with kazoos.
제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
Alright, I guess we're having a level 40 Don Quixote. Give me a moment.
돈이 더 들긴 해도 긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
Nope. Oh yeah, it's probably in over here. Now I can go over here, go over here, and I can do level up. Oh yes, it's beautiful. Okay, I was just checking. Yo! Max level has been reached, not a problem. There, max level Don Quixote, max and max, double max. There we go. All right, moving on. Oh, shut up. We got level 40 max level. We got max level Don Quixote. The smoke that was faintly visible through the bus windows now covers the whole town.
난장판이네요. 정말.
No, they're burning the Christmas tree.
어디서 익숙한 노랫소리가 들리는 것 같지 않아요?
비싸리 소리요 아소이오니
더럽게 많이 오던 날만
구심에 감아요 파도루 파도루. Okay, I thought they were saying Christmas carols. The song evoked various memories in the group. For me, I'm not sure. It's definitely familiar, but doesn't bring up any clear images in my head. Just nothing hard enough. However, I could still feel a faint splash of feeling from deep in my heart. Maybe I knew the song before I lost my memory. This mist of emotion roused inside me, though. Doesn't feel precious or warm. An ache. An inexplicable sting is what I felt.
맞아요. 그날도
Now Sinclair's having a moment.
이렇게 눈이 쌓여 있고 노래가 들리던.
The trees before us were decorated with grim ornaments. All sorts of internal organs and mechanical parts were hung from the branches, as if someone put people's innards on full display.
이건 너무 지독한 거 아니야?
클래시. 아니, 키치하군.
근방에 생존자는 없다.
Then, everything finally fell into place. It's just like...
마이크 테스트.
A piercing sound caused the group to cover their ears.
모두 즐거운 성탄절 보내고 있나? 고요하지는 않지만
It is Christmas!
한 밤이지.
Isn't Christmas still a far way off?
한참이죠.
내 이름은 크로모. 순수를 사랑하는
Can you eat crayons? Yes. Should you eat crayons? No. Am I going to stop you from consuming crayons? Also no.
모르겠지만 너희는 지금 사유지를 침범 중이지. 왜냐하면 여긴 보다시피 목과 망치가 심판 중인 신성한
Yep,
구역이거든.
there are nails. Checks out.
내 장식이 마음에 들려나 모르겠네. 뭐 길은 잘못 들어왔다 치고 지금이라도 얌전히 돌아가주면 너그럽게 벌금만 매겨주지. 왜냐하면 오늘은 성탄절이니까. 아, 그 전에 잠깐. 거기 귀도 있어?
Nah, Han shot him.
이곳에 있나니.
혹시 말이야. 거기에 이단이 있나?
The massive man named Guido, who responded to her, turns to us. He intently stares into each of us until his eyes fall upon me. He gazes at me for a very long time. Although he was wearing a mask, those eyes of his... It froze us completely still, as if his glare nailed us to the ground.
순수하지 아니한 자와 그들의 추종꾼이 함께합니다. 그리고 말씀하신 그 아이도.
뭐야? 내 싱클레어가 돌아왔어?
And everyone doesn't like me. I don't know why I did to be so impure.
난 네가 알던 그곳에 있어.
크로모.
I can hear Sinclair grinding and gnashing his teeth. He made a dreadful noise. I couldn't be sure if it was from hatred or fear. Again, why not both?
나머지는 처리의 기도 아니면 내가 나서야 하나? 그래도 되는데.
지는 자께서는 불순한 것을 두드리는 일에 집중하소서.
Oh, one who grips. Oh, hello.
좋아, 좋아. 우리 정화 작업을 계속하자고.
That's the name of the id that Sinclair has equipped. A number of Inquisitors gathered around Guido. He stands firm behind them. He's not making any movement, but his presence alone is threatening enough. An intense aura of hostility was radiating straight from him. All right, let's do it.
충전 기능 점. 단숨에 접는다. 충격 무력 확인.
Oh, sorry. You're right. You're right. Wow. That's why everyone demanded I paired them together. Which I had no problem with because they both do burn and or bleed. You two are just having the worst time in this fight.
불길 속으로.
Considering us ran a YouTube channel together, they would be banned for terms of service violation. I guarantee it.
승객 보관 준비.
Ryoshi would upload something very, very bad. Oi.
조여 목구를 달궈볼까?
Later.
이 결투 본인의 승리일세.
I feel like Heathcliff would break whatever computer they give him because he wouldn't understand how to use it.
승객 무력 확인.
정화. 이 결투 본인의 승리일세.
Faust would run a variety channel, and she would literally post like whatever will get the most views that particular day because she just has like the most insane knowledge of the algorithm and SEO and everything. So she will always get the maximum output every day. Aldous will just post whatever she thinks will glorify the manager. Let's see here. I don't know what most of them will do. And you are just not able to perform here.
정화. 이 결투 본인의 승리일세. 이 결투.
Get rippled, idiot. Is he alone now? Yeah, he is. Okay. You got time?